Hey, what's up, YouTube? Okay, so in my last video, I threw up a clip of Glenn Beck, and I got a ton of PMs and a ton of comments slamming Beck, slamming me for supporting Beck, and all this kind of stuff. So let me ask you this: why is it that I have to support someone if I agree with something they say? And I think this has a lot to do with a lot of the problems that the country has right now. People are so caught up in the personas and the people that they do not pay attention to the actual truths, the facts, and basically the issues at hand. I see this all the time with Alex Jones. He'll put up a video and people start commenting and they start slamming him and people say he's crazy and this and that and everything. And while they're saying all that stuff and slamming Alex Jones, they're not talking about the point of the video. And I agree. All these guys are tools, and I mean that in both sense of the word. They're tools, and that they're morons and idiots, and they're tools, and that they're being used by some other people. But that's for all of them. Who are you waiting for? Are you waiting for some sort of hero to step up? And like, who are your heroes of the past that you're using as a benchmark? Because I got news for you. They all have skeletons in their closet. They all have issues. And if you look deep and hard enough, you're going to find stuff that only a crazy person would agree with. So, I don't understand this focus on the people. It's like, let's say Obama tomorrow came out and said, look, chemtrails are true. I found out that they've been spraying, and this is a horrible thing, and it's making everything toxic, and we got to stop it. Now, if you hate Obama, would you just ignore the fact that he said that? I mean, of course not. That makes no sense. You would jump right on that and say, yeah, he's 100% right. I've been saying this for years. Blah 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 blah. If that's your thing. And like when I look at Beck, sure, Skybird pointed out that he played down the FEMA camps, and he plays down, I believe, unless he changes tune, he plays down the 911 stuff, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with him on. And if somebody says, well, what do you think about that issue? I would say, well, yeah, he's a moron on that issue. He's for whatever reason, he's playing stupid or whatever. But on the economy, on some other points, pointing out the Rockefellers, pointing out the NWO, he's spot on. So I think it's stupid to not agree with somebody on a specific issue because you have issues with them on something else. We shouldn't pigeonhole ourselves into supporting the person 100% or supporting just a specific point or issue that they stand on. What it really comes down to is that people are always fallible. The issues themselves, the points that you make, or like the truths behind them, they're not really fallible. It is what it is once you get down to it, and that's it. People can change their mind. What if somebody you're behind 100% wakes up next morning and says, you know what? I don't believe in that at all. I'm switching my mind and going the complete opposite way. That's why you can't support the person itself. You have to support what they're saying, and more importantly, what their actions are. I just think the whole thing is crazy. Again, I see people slam Beck, slam Alex Jones, slam all sorts of people, and they're right in most of the instances. These guys have a lot of stupid stuff that they've said and done and stuff in the closet, but on other points, they're completely correct. They have a lot of validity in what they say on certain things. And, I don't think you should sweep that under the rug just because they've taken the wrong stance on some other issue or some other point. Let's face it, boys and girls, we've got a handful of people in office and in, let's say, mass exposure. We've got Ron Paul, Judge Napolitano, Glenn Beck, Alex Jones, maybe Ron Paul's kid. I mean, there's very few of them that are even touching, to some degree on the reality of things and giving us, even if it's just portions of truth, right? I mean, everybody else, and there's a lot of those everybody else is giving us such crap and such bullshit. You know, they're telling us that birds mysteriously dying are from fireworks. And I'm not saying that we should support our few people that are giving us the truth. We should support their bad decisions and their bad stances on things. But I'm saying maybe we need to be a little more lenient with them in order to extract all the truth we can out of them and bring all the issues to light, so we, the people, can, you know, tell it like it is and get everybody on the same page. So anyways, that's my ramble on it, and I hope it makes sense. Now, also with that said, you know, people are always welcome to disagree and point out why people suck on my channel. In fact, I encourage it because, you know, if somebody does something like Glenn Beck or Alex Jones, if they blew up a bus full of kids and kittens and I didn't hear about it at some point in history, you know, I'd want to know about it. So people are always welcome to do that. But, you know, specifically just saying that a point that someone makes because they are who they are has no validity, or to say that I'm a supporter or behind somebody just because I agree with something that they say, it's silly. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's my little rant on it. Later, YouTube.